In this video, we're going to talk about something that looks like this, which is known as an apostrophe. So the apostrophe makes a noun a possessive, or it makes a contraction. So what students find the most difficult about the apostrophe is knowing when to use the possessive and when to use a contraction. So I'm going to go through the rules with you today. So, if a word is singular, but it doesn't end in S, then all you need to do is add apostrophe S. So, for example, you can have the cat's toy. Okay, so we just added apostrophe S here to show that the toy belongs to the cat. For words that are plural nouns but don't end in S, just treat it as if it's singular. So that means you just do the same thing as up top, you just add apostrophe S. So for example, we can have the men's locker room. Okay, so even though men is a plural noun, it doesn't end in S, so we add apostrophe S to show that the locker room belongs to the men. For plural words that end in S, all you need to do is just place an apostrophe at the end. So you can have the scientists report. Okay, so you might notice that here we don't put an apostrophe S. Okay, let's talk about the next thing, which are contractions. The word contract means to make smaller, so what the apostrophe does with contractions is that it just takes the place of an omitted letter. So in other words, it's a combination of two words. So for example, so we have I'm, your, he's, she's, it's, we're, and there. So if there's a contraction, what you should do is just try plugging it in with the real word and see if it makes sense. Okay, now I'm going to go over the 3 most common mistakes that students make on the ACT. So I've put 3 examples here. The first one is the difference between using there, and there. So the first one, THEIR, this is a possessive pronoun, meaning they went to their rooms. And the second there is with an apostrophe, and this is a contraction for they are. Okay, so in this case, the apostrophe is taking place of the A. And then the third there, which is like this, THERE, just means like over there. It's just referring to the place. So it's neither a contraction nor is it a possessive. The second one is the difference between using its and its. So here we have the first one, ITS. This is the possessive. So for example, the cat wagged its tail. And then the second one is with an apostrophe S, which stands for, or is a contraction for, it is or it has. So in this case, the apostrophe has replaced the letters I or the letters H or A. Sometimes what you might see on the test is something like this. This is a non-existent English word and is always wrong. So whenever you see that, that's great because that means you can just eliminate that option right away. The third one that I want to talk about is using whose and whose. So the first one over here, WHOSE, is a possessive of who. And then WHO apostrophe S is a contraction for who is or who has. Okay, so again, the apostrophe here is taking place of the I, or it's taking place of the letters H and A over here. These rules are going to keep coming up again and again, so it's very important that you know how to distinguish the difference between using a contraction or a possessive.